On the outskirts of human lands, the enormous alien fleet loomed. Their vessels' sleek metal predators waited in silence. What they regarded as a standard sweep was unfolding on the command bridge. Foreign officers calmly expressed their thoughts, voices tinged with conceit. To them, Earth was just one more feeble planet in a quiet corner of the galaxy, poorly fortified. Helpless, its citizens no match for their advanced technology and elite personnel. The tall commander of the extraterrestrial empire stood proud, majestic scales glistening in the dim bridge light. Before him, a holographic map shimmered. A cocky grin pulled at his lips as he observed Earth's pathetic defenses scattered like ants around the sector. "They rely on hope," he muttered, unaware of the shadow already over them. The commander sneered at the image of ancient satellites and obsolete stations. He pointed toward a smaller officer. "Their fleets," he said, "are built from rusted metal, running on reactors that should have died decades ago." Before they could even respond, there would be only fire. Officers burst into laughter. They'd seen this before: savage races making desperate last stands, wild, untrained, and quickly overrun. They believed humanity would be no different. Rumors spoke of humans trying to convert ancient nuclear reactors into weapons last ditch, relics of a bygone age. As the fleet neared the edge of human territory, the alien flagship sent out a wide-area scan. A soft chime sounded. "Contact," an officer announced, his voice faltering slightly as he handed a signal report to the commander. The transmission played, calm but firm. "This is human territory. Your presence is unacceptable. Turn back or face the consequences." Silence followed. The commander raised an eyebrow, then chuckled. "Consequences?" He mused, amused at the thought of humans even daring to speak, let alone threaten. "Then let's show them the cost of defiance." He waved his hand. The alien navy advanced, close and disciplined. Soon the humans would break, soon they would beg, but then something unexpected, a blip on the radar. Human ships. Not running, not hiding, just waiting. Holding position. Daring the aliens to approach, the commander squinted. The formation was tight, precise, intentional, not the pattern of frightened survivors, but professionals, he scoffed. Misguided confidence. He raised a clawed hand. Annihilation. Engage. Alien ships surged forward. Weapon systems locked onto the human vessels. Energy flared. Missiles screamed across the dark void. The first volley lit up the stars, but then impact. Not on Earth, on the aliens. The humans had fired back. Counterfire erupted with shocking precision. Alien blasts missed. Human ships weaved through them with unnerving ease. Their movements were fluid, coordinated, calculated. Not the desperation of prey, but the grace of predators. The commander stared. "This isn't random," he muttered. "They're anticipating us." An officer's voice cut in, panicked. "Sir, their weapons are tracking our shield shifts. They're adjusting." "In real time." "How?" the commander demanded. "They're adapting." "Too quickly." He scowled. These were supposed to be primitives, untrained, disorganized, but the battlefield told a different story. These humans weren't reacting. They were orchestrating. Their counterattacks came in devastating waves, exploiting every hole, every hesitation. The bridge fell quiet. Officers exchanged nervous glances. Reports rolled in, damage escalating. Human accuracy terrifying. "They've studied us," one officer whispered. "They're dissecting us." The commander clenched the edge of his console. For the first time in his long career, he was facing a species that wasn't just defending, they were fighting. "Back. With intent. With strategy. With experience. Begin evasive maneuvers," he barked. "Reform in Quadrant 4. The alien ships scattered. The humans moved with them. Mirroring. Matching. Predicting. Targeted strikes pierced through layers of alien shielding. Not luck, not chance, a deliberate surgical dismantling. "Sir," a young officer cried out. "They're not just good. The commander cut him off. He already knew. These weren't Farmers turned soldiers. These were tacticians. Warriors. Predators. Across the command deck, panic began to ripple. Consoles sparked. Systems failed. Every new alien strategy was countered. Every trick turned against them. Human adaptability had become the edge. This wasn't a backwater, the commander realized. This was a trap. The alien fleet reeled, but the humans stood steady. UNMOVNG. Unafraid. Their presence a quiet, dreadful reminder of what the reports never captured, that humans weren't prey, they were hunters. And this time the stars would remember. There was an unspoken belief that these people weren't fighting to conquer, they were merely protecting their home, yet, piece by piece, they were deliberately dismantling the empire. Desperation rose. Pride cracked. Alien officers whispered among themselves, muttering in fear as they saw the human ships drawing near, guns blazing with lethal precision. The Empire, once proud of its unmatched discipline, its cutting-edge technology, and its fearsome reputation across the galaxy, now faced something it had never truly encountered. An equal, they moved because the humans moved. Every loss of an alien vessel sent a shockwave of dread through the fleet. They weren't ready for this. In their arrogance, they had expected an easy victory. Instead, they found themselves surrounded by an enemy who seemed to understand them, to know every weakness. The bridge shuddered with another direct hit. The commander stared at the burning display. Officers looked to him, waiting for orders that never came, because he understood now this wasn't chance. This was war. And humanity was winning. The alien fleet tried to regroup, but each attempt was met with fresh human strikes, exposing their flawed formations. Transmissions filled the air, wild and panicked, voices dripping with fear for the first time in living memory. The Empire's navy was falling. To superior force, but to a species they had once dismissed as primitive. The commander issued an order, a trap. A shift in formation meant to lure the humans in, but the humans anticipated it. They saw through it. Their ships moved with unity, precision, relentlessly hammering the alien fleet. And then, from the darkness of space, reinforcements, human bolsters entered the formation, their ships unknown to alien records. Prototypes, perhaps ugly at first glance, but powerful. With each blast, alien vessels buckled. Shields flickered and failed. It became clear humans weren't keeping up. They were taking command of the battlefield. Then came a voice, calm, clear, broadcast across the alien fleet. You entered our territory without permission, and now you've seen what happens when humans fight back. Silence. Alien officers froze, each word of the message a dagger, a reminder of their failure, of their misjudgment. For the first time, they feared defeat. The humans advanced. The commander ordered every cutting-edge weapon in their arsenal. Fire, fury, the pride of the Empire, but nothing landed. The human ships glided through the chaos, evading what should have been certain death, and retaliating with deadly precision. Panic spread even aboard the most fortified alien warships. Reports screamed of breaches, evacuations, collapsing defenses, more ships destroyed, others disabled. The fleet, once mighty, was breaking on the bridge. Sirens wailed. Consoles sparked. Vital systems failed. Quadrants lit up in red. The truth was undeniable. The Empire's navy was being taken apart. Piece by piece, the commander scanned the holograms, hoping to find a gap in the human lines. There was none. Every movement was intentional. Every shot surgical. This wasn't luck. It wasn't chaos. This was strategy. This was skill. This was humanity at war. The realization shattered morale. One by one, alien ships lost power. Shields fell. Confidence crumbled. The most powerful vessels, revered across galaxies, were failing, and the humans showed no sign of slowing. Some aliens tried to flee, engines roaring, desperate to escape the wrath of their enemy, but the humans pressed forward. No quarter, no mercy, and the message became clear. This wasn't just defense. This was a declaration. To anyone foolish enough to challenge humanity again. The final order rang out resentfully. A reluctant retreat. The fleet broke. survivors scattered into the depths of space. The battle ended. And over the battlefield. Silence. Human ships held formation, watching, waiting. They bore the scars of war, but there was no pursuit. No final blow. The point had been made. The humans had humbled an empire. Final message broadcast from the human flagship, steady, resonant, undeniable. Remember what happened here. If you return, there will be no mercy. The words echoed across alien comms, a warning, a judgment. The officers aboard the alien flagship sat frozen. They had underestimated humanity. And paid the price? This battle would be carved into history. They had thought humans weak. Instead, they found a force forged in willpower, resilience, and the unbreakable instinct to protect their own. The alien commander sat in stunned silence. Every maneuver, every tactic, every calculated strike played again in his mind. There had never been a chance. His officers averted their eyes ashamed. Shaken, the fleet that once dominated the stars shattered. And word spread quickly. Reports from survivors painted a picture of horror, but also of awe. Tales of human precision, unrelenting force, and iron discipline spread like wildfire. Civilians whispered. Soldiers listened. Respect reluctant but growing. Legends began to form, once mocked for their outdated tech. Humans had now forced an empire into retreat, and worse, no one truly knew what else they were capable of, what other secrets they held. The empire withdrew. Quietly, cautiously, and for the first time in decades they reevaluated their strength, because that day they learned a hard truth. Power alone does not guarantee victory, and underestimating your opponent is the first step to defeat. Human fleets remained unmoving, vigilant. There was no celebration. No grand parade, only a silent understanding of what this meant.